Hello, YouTubes.
You can usually tell by looking at
I know I haven't posted a video in a few days, so I'm posting a commentary, and this is going to be mostly my thoughts on the Black Ops multiplayer reveal, and what we know about multiplayer so far. So, I put together 2 Modern Warfare 2 games to talk over, but I think this is going to give me more time to talk about Black Ops than I have things to say about Black Ops, because I don't know, right now there doesn't seem to be a whole lot to say, but I'll point some stuff out. And one thing I'll point out about this first game is you'll notice that I'm using a kit, because we were in this lobby for a few games, and I was getting really upset because I'd been away from Modern Warfare 2 playing Battlefield for a while, and I came back and was greeted with what is a typical Modern Warfare 2 lobby, but a bad one. So I'm using the kit that you'll see called Broken Game, because Modern Warfare 2 is a broken game, so it's got Scavenger, Danger Close, Noob Tubes, and AT4, and Simtex, I believe. So, there I actually shot somebody, but then you'll see me get all the way to my Pavlo just using pretty much explosives. So,
what a surprise.
I thought this was appropriate to talk about Black Ops over, since this is kind of the example of what not to do that Black Ops has to avoid. So, anyway, without further ado, here we go, Black Ops. I'm going to try and start on a positive note about the things that I think that they've revealed so far that are good. And one thing that I think is really neat is that they've taken out Stopping Power and Juggernaut for Black Ops, which people were very dependent on in past games, especially Stopping Power. And it's just going to make, I don't know, it's going to make variety more common with people who aren't using annoying setups. I'm sure there'll be some, but yeah, essentially no damage modifiers for weapons or health, which is awesome, you know. Just, you've got a weapon and it does the damage it does. I like that. Shotguns are going back to being primary weapons, and even as primaries they don't look like they're insanely good, so that's another positive. Although that may relegate shotguns back to the zone of being either mostly unused or only used by people who want to just kind of screw around, have fun, or give themselves a challenge. So I'm not opposed to that. That's the way it was in COD 4 and World at War, and I'm okay with that. But I guess we'll get into the butts. Those
a hit marker with a danger close to
let's see. First, let's see if I can dig up something more positive to say about it again before I start going into things that were.
And another hit marker with the danger close Simtex.
There are some things that I'll cover in possible bad things that are also good things, like wager matches.
Extra explosive damage.
But essentially, it's kind of looking to be
in which case,
Call of Duty. So, so let's go ahead and start talking about that. So, wager matches. I'm hoping everybody has watched the videos that are out on the Black Ops reveal, because I don't want to spend too much time explaining what was in those videos.
Does that not sound like a good plan to you? Oh, you have a brain.
I'm just going to assume that you know the things that we've seen from the common videos. So you don't have to see every video, but if you've seen the main reveal videos that were posted on like Machinima and like Hutchinson and Anders posted videos, and stuff like that will be basic enough knowledge to keep up with what I know about the game right now. So wager matches, they look like a really cool concept, and we'll have, I think, a lot of really fun games. But
explosives, I don't know what to do.
Here's the main problem with them: is you're having people put their virtual currency on the line. You're having them risk what is essentially experience, what allows them to get unlocks and this and that. And if anyone's ever played a significant amount of hardcore in any Call of Duty game, you know that when people are easier to kill, they play very campy and very defensively, and it can be fun and more challenging, but it can also just be really annoying because no one will move because they're all afraid of dying. Well, you combine that with the fact that they've actually got something to lose, as in their COD points or whatever they are, And you're just going to have a combination for people who just really don't want to risk moving, you know what I mean? And so people who don't have a lot of skill that are playing it are gonna find campy spots and try and get their kills that way. And another thing, which may not be bad for a lot of you, but personally I'm not really a fan of it, the skill equalizer, known as sound whoring, i.e. using a headset, and instead of using strategy and tactics and reflexes and your ability to aim to beat your opponent, you simply have a headset that lets you hear their footsteps. And since most of the wager matches won't allow perks, it's going to be, all the quote-unquote elite people who are going to be playing a lot of it are going to be people who have headsets and just can hear people walking from around the corner, So there's not going to be a lot of... I mean, I don't know. Some people, if you're real competitive about a game, I guess you'd want every advantage you can get, and sound whoring and using a headset is part of doing that, but if you want to do something that's enjoyable, then using every advantage to try and get a heads up on your opponent isn't what I was raised to be known as really sportsmanlike, and is actually kind of cheap. Like I said, you're not putting skill on skill, you're putting headset on non-headset, and so people are at a disadvantage. It's like having an extra perk, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Basically, wager matches, in concept, just like anything else in any Call of Duty game ever, seems like a good idea when you just talk about it, but then when you actually put it into practice and you unleash it on the internet and all the 15-year-olds on Xbox Live, and you're just going to get sound hoard and teabagged by everybody.
I've got 260 kills with the MG4.
And I don't know if wager matches are going to end up where only the super competitive people play and only people with headsets are going to go play it, or if it's going to be a mix of everybody just going in to screw around and doing what they can. But I figure it's either going to be... I think it's going to be a really small subset of people that play that. People who are either extremely competitive and trying to use every advantage to get extra unlock points, or
I've got like 500
or it's going to just be filled with scrubs, kind of like free-for-all is, where it's just most people will play the other core game modes, and the kind of the lowest common denominator in it there. So it's either going to be all the quote-unquote best people or all the worst people in it. But again, I'm taking a very pessimistic view because Call of Duty has had several years of trust after Call of Duty 4, where that's where Infinity Ward likes to talk about launching the Call of Duty franchise, Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, but Call of Duty wasn't popular until Call of Duty 4, and making one good game and then having a bunch of other games that were just kind of subpar run-of-the-mill shooters that just happened to be the best one out at the time, I don't know if that's really something they can brag about. And even with Treyarch taking the reins on this one, who I have more faith in than Infinity Ward, I'm still, they screwed up several things in World at War, so they don't just get a pass. So, including bringing back launchers as secondaries for Black Ops. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, or why they decided that launchers as secondaries was something that was good in Modern Warfare 2 and decided to bring it back as a return. Why couldn't that have been another perk, having an RPG or something? But I think it's in the vein of Modern Warfare 2 in that Treyarch has for the most part done what they did with World at War, where they just took Modern Warfare 2 and
so that's an AC-130 we would have benefited.
And just put a new skin on it and change some of the perks. I mean, yeah, they made some of these larger changes and added some new features, but in all, it's just Modern Warfare 2, just like World at War was Call of Duty 4 with a World War 2 skin. So, it brings me back to, they brought in a lot of new kill streaks, and a lot of that's going to be air support, and so the launcher secondaries make sense for shooting down air support, but even from looking just at the wager match videos, which is where we've seen most of the launchers, like the They got the thumper and just a typical bazooka. I think they've got an RPG in there, and they've got this other quad rocket launcher. And kind of the idea was, if you bring back launchers as secondaries, make sure they can only lock onto air support. But they're in wager matches, they're just firing them at other people. So they're obviously, explosives that can just be fired at people. So get ready to see a lot of that. I don't see anything in their perk list that indicates that there's going to be some sort of danger close equivalent. But explosives are explosives. So if we're going to have another Call of Explosive Ops game, then that's going to be disappointing. So, so Black Ops is going to get a very short opportunity to prove itself to be a good game, and unlike Modern Warfare 2, where I've subjected myself to way too much bullshit and pain, Black Ops is going to get a little while. I'm going to get plenty of playtime out of it, but if it starts getting bad, I'm not going to keep fighting through it like I did with Modern Warfare 2 for so long. So it's only going to get a couple of chances, and then I'm going to move on, because especially since all of the Modern Warfare 2 community, which is a bunch of douchebags mixed in with some normal people, but in general, the Call of Duty community is terrible, and they're going to be coming over to Black Ops, and so not only do they have to put up with coming up with a game that doesn't have all the shortcomings of Modern Warfare 2, they're going to have to somehow put something in the game that helps correct the community, which is impossible. And they've got competition in the form of Reach coming out this month in September, Medal of Honor coming out in October, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's not the same genre, but personally I'm going to be playing a lot of that game, and it comes out I think the same day as Black Ops, or maybe a week later or something, but right around the exact same time. And, I played the crap out of Assassin's Creed 2 when it came out alongside Modern Warfare 2, so basically there's going to be a lot of stuff that I will have a choice to get away from Modern Warfare 2, where Black Ops, where Modern Warfare 2 there wasn't as much. Bad Company 2 has become that, which I'm sorry it took me so long to figure that out, but and Bad Company 2 Vietnam expansion is going to be coming out at the end of this year too, which I'm really excited about, because Battlefield Vietnam was my first Battlefield game that I really played a lot, followed by Battlefield 2. So there's going to be a lot of competition out there, so I'm not going to have to tolerate as much bullshit from Black Ops. But I'm pessimistic because it's a Call of Duty game and they haven't proved themselves lately, but I'm going to give it a fair shake and we'll see what happens. Talk to you guys later.